Welcome back, Tiffin. Dutch filmmaker and member of the Dutch Party of Freedom, Geert Wilders, has been charged with inciting discrimination and hatred against Islam. Wilders appeared in a pre-trial on Wednesday and will return to court later in the year. Wilders initially did not face charges. However, the Court of Appeals believed that Wilders' words and actions were not within the bounds of free speech. Wilders created a film, Fitna, which depicts acts of terrorism imposed over words of the Quran. He hoped to paint Islam as a threat to Western society, and charges also cover a comment Wilders made to a Dutch newspaper, Dutch Volkskrant, in 2006, saying that he wanted to stop the tsunami of Islamization. If Wilders is convicted, he will face up to 2 years in prison and a fine of €19,000 or 26,900 American dollars.
And provincial lawmaker of Pakistan's Awami National Party was injured by a bomb on Wednesday. Aurangzeb Khan, along with 3 companions, had just left his house when the remote bomb detonated by his car. The Awami National Party are outspoken critics of the Taliban, and Khan, as well as many other party members, have been targets of the terrorist group. Khan was rushed to the hospital and is in stable condition, says the attending doctor. One of the Khan's companions, however, is still in critical condition. And Britain is cracking down on its airline security, announced Prime Minister Gordon Brown on Wednesday. Britain will adopt stronger security watch lists and suspend all direct flights to Yemen as part of counterterrorism. The failed Christmas Day attack on a British flight, where a Nigerian man allegedly tried to blow up the plane with underwear explosives, shows the reach of the Yemen-based group Al-Qaeda, says Brown. The group has claimed responsibility for the attack. Prime Minister Brown is urging nations to cooperate against terrorism by sharing passenger lists and strengthening security. According to Brown, Al-Qaeda preys on areas with weak governments like Yemen and Somalia, making these countries safe havens for terrorism. The British government is working with the Yemen government to implement security measures, making flights to and from Yemen safe again.
Frustrated Haitian citizens are looting Port-au-Prince due to lack of relief aid. The devastating earthquake on January 12th left the city in pieces, with the Haitian National Police to clean up. However, the police force is struggling to maintain orders with so few officers. The HNP is the lone security institution in Haiti, with a force of 9,000 men. The HNP is receiving aid from the UN, peacekeepers, and the U.S. forces. However, the Haitian police are responsible for security on the streets. Relief aid is coming in, but the HNP cannot safely distribute until security is implemented, says National Police Chief Mario Andersol. Underfunding and lack of resource has left the police force overwhelmed. UN Security General Ban Ki-moon said that he will ask the UN for an additional 2,500 troops and officers to bolster forces in Port-au-Prince. Ban hopes that these forces will help humanitarian assistance be delivered in a safe way.
Well, I heard there was some interesting basketball news this week.
Yes, there is. The Cavs are playing the Lakers, I hear, tonight.
Well, let's send it over to Justin Dawson and see what's going to be going on this evening and into the weekend.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Katie. Hello and welcome to another year of WHEI TV 10 Sports. I'm Justin Dawson. Let's start off this new year with our daily sports trivia question. Which NBA player currently holds the record for career points? Well, if you think you know the answer, stay tuned and we will bring it to you along with more of your sports updates after this break. Welcome back to WHEI TV 10. I'm Justin Dawson here with the latest in sports. Now let's take one last look at today's daily trivia question one more time. Which NBA player currently holds the record for career points? The answer? None other than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 38,387 points after 20 seasons in the NBA. Keeping on with the NBA subject now, for some NBA scores from yesterday, the matchup between the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors pushed the game into overtime. The Nuggets took control of the scoring in overtime, picking up a 123-118 win over the Warriors. Overall leader in scoring for the game was Chauncey Billups with 37 points. Some other scores for the night were the New Orleans Hornets 113 to 111 over the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Dallas Mavericks 94 to 93 over the Washington Wizards. Unfortunate news for the Cavs fans, good news for the Lakers fans. Point guard Mo Williams will not play tonight against the Los Angeles Lakers due to a sore shoulder sprain. And in college basketball, in the spirit of basketball, here are some of college's top team scores from yesterday for the men. Number 3, Kansas Jayhawks pulled off one against unranked Baylor University, 81 to 75. Number 4, Villanova defeated unranked Rutgers, 94 to 68, and the upset of the night was number 6 Duke being defeated by North Carolina State, 88 to 74. Moving on to women's teams, number 10 Xavier swept by St. Louis, 92 to 52. And number 11 West Virginia took their win by a large margin over Marshall with a final score of 74 to 42. Let's get into some Heidelberg action. In Heidelberg's athletics, the wrestling team hosted Baldwin Wallace Tuesday night in Cyberling Gymnasium. The win put them at an undefeated 4-0 in the OAC. The Berg defeated the Yellow Jackets 38 to 3. The men's basketball team traveled to take on Capital University yesterday evening. Unfortunately, the Berg fell to the Crusaders 68 to 55. That is all the sports we have for you today. Join us again tomorrow. I'm Justin Dawson. Back to Katie and Sam.
Thanks, Justin.
Stay tuned. News 10 has more news to come right after this. Welcome back, Tiffin. If you're watching this right now, you probably know for a fact that Heidelberg University has a television news program, right? Maybe you think it's out of your reach. That's where you're wrong. We're actually looking for some more volunteers to help make this show the success it is and even better in the future. If you want to know how you can help, contact either Brent Holmes or Kristen Stahl at kstahl@heidelberg.edu or bholmes@heidelberg.edu. You don't need to be a certain major, just someone looking for a fun environment to work in.
Are you looking for something to do tonight? The acapella group Chapter 6 will be here at the Berg tonight at 8 p.m. in Rickley Chapel. The group is nationally recognized as a standout a cappella group from Illinois, featuring 6 vocalists. They perform a mixture of personal work as well as some favorite jazz and pop standards, including, of course, Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. This event is open to all of the Heidelberg community. Just bring your student ID.
The 17th Annual Student Research Conference is fast approaching. This year's conference will be held on February 16th in Burris Hall and will feature Assistant Professor Lisa Alexander from Wayne University in Detroit in a keynote addressing regarding issues of race in sports. If you're interested in presenting a project, submit a registration form to Nancy King of the Academic Affairs Office, room 122 of College Hall, by January 25th. With the form, include an abstract of your project to be reviewed. Students of other colleges are welcome to submit papers for consideration to be presented at the event. If you have any questions, email mindsatwork@heidelberg.edu.
So, Sam, have you ever been interested in Buddhism?
You know, actually, we're learning about it in my World of Religion class right now.
That's exciting. Well, coming up, hear about how a group of Buddhist monks are changing their daily practices to attract more followers. Stay tuned. Well, in order to combat falling numbers, some Buddhist temples in Japan are trying a very strange tactic, encouraging youth to come to services through hip-hop and alcohol.
One temple run by a monk who goes by the street name Mr. Happiness holds services where Buddhist chants are recited over hip-hop beats in a rap style, which is quickly becoming popular. Mr. Happiness says that getting young people back to religion is key to Buddhism's survival. In fact, all too true with current trends in other religions as well.
Another monk is moving towards survival by opening a combination temple bar, where patrons will be able to talk about religion freely while refreshing themselves.
Both places of worship are drawing criticism from traditionalists, saying that they don't stay in line with the teachings. However, both monks say that attendance is up, and other monks have been calling them for advice.
Sometimes you just have to reach out in different ways.
You do, but that's an interesting way to get people involved, I think.
It definitely is. Well, thank you for joining us tonight here at WHEI News 10.
Please join us again tomorrow night, same time, same channel, for more news, sports, and weather. I'm Sam Kinkoff.
And for myself, Justin Dawson, and the rest of the News 10 crew, thanks for joining us, Tiffin, and have a good evening.